A very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Civics second year class. Today we are going to discuss your chapter 10, Smart Governance. The weightage for this chapter is 9 marks. You will get 1 SAQ and 2 VSAQs from this chapter. A very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Civics second year class. Today we are going to discuss your chapter 10, Smart Governance. The weightage for this chapter is 9 marks. You will get 1 SAQ and 2 VSAQs from the chapter. Very good. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Civics second year class. Today we will discuss your chapter 10, Smart Governance. Okay, the weightage for this chapter is 9 marks. You will get 1 SAQ and 2 VSAQs from this chapter. Now, before going into the chapter, let us discuss what is governance. What do you mean by governance? Governance is act of governing. Act of governing is called as governance. Act of governing is called as governance. So what the government does, it governs us. Okay, that is governance. We call it as governance. Okay, so what do you mean by smart governance? What do you mean by smart governance? Adapting technology, adapting the use of information tools, ICT tools, information and communication tools. When government is governing, then we call it as smart governance. Using ICT tools, information and communication tools, when government is governing, then it is called as smart governance. Okay, so in this chapter, you will discuss what is smart governance. Okay, powers and functions of Lokpal. Lokpal, yesterday we have discussed what is Lokpal. Lokpal is the body which inquire into the allegations on central government employees and the ministers at the central level. So what are the functions of the Lokpal that we will discuss? Then what are the merits and demerits of e-governance? What is e-governance? Governing through electronic mediums. Okay, that is called as electronic governance, or we also call it as paperless governance. Okay, electronic governance is also called as paperless governance, and we will also study about Right to Information Act. What is this act and what are its merits and demerits? So these are the 4 SAQs, important SAQs. You can expect 1 question out of these 4 questions for sure. Okay, 100%. You will get 1 question out of this 4 questions. Now, coming to very short answers, you have stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders in governance? List out. Who are the stakeholders in governance? Then what is accountability? Then what is the government to citizen model of governing? Lok Ayukt. Then what is transparency? And in which year RTI, Right to Information Act, was enacted and enforced? So these are 6 questions. Out of these 6 questions, you will get 2 questions for sure. Okay, only 6 questions. If you are learning this 6 questions, you will get 2 questions for sure in your exam. So let us move to the first question, that is smart governance. So what just now I told you, what is governance? Governance is nothing but act of governing. So the method of working of government on smart principles. So this SMART is the abbreviation. So what is the full form of this SMART? Okay, SMART, it stands for simple. So how the government should be? It should be simple. Okay, moral, accountable. What do you mean by accountable? Answerable. Accountable means answerable. Responsive. It should be able to solve the problems quickly, and it should be transparent. Government should be transparent because the information is of the people. Government is working for the people. So it should not hide anything from the people. So government should be transparent. Okay, so this word SMART, S-M-A-R-T, SMART here, it stands for simple, moral, accountable. Accountable means answerable. Responsive, it should be able to respond. Responsive means respond. Okay, it should be able to respond to the problems of the people. It should be answerable. Government is answerable to the people, and it should be transparent. Nothing should be hidden from the people. The information ultimately belongs to the people. So whatever government is doing, it should be transparent. So these are the principles of governing. Okay, it is a method of governing. Okay, so what are the components of smart governance? I hope I'm clear with what is SMART. SMART stands for simple, moral, answerable, responsive, and transparent. So let us see the components of smart governance. So what happens if government is working on these principles? Okay, what will happen? It will improve the performance of administration. It improves the performance of the administration. There will be accountability and transparency in administration. Okay, they are answerable to the people for whatever they are doing, and everything is in front of the people. It is transparent. Then it helps in successful implementation of government policies. See, when government is making policy, the beneficiaries of the policies, they will have, clear understanding because it is transparent. Government is functioning transparently. So the beneficiaries of the policies of the government will be able to get the benefits. So there is successful implementation. Government has made a policy, but people doesn't know about that policy. There is no transparency. Okay, people doesn't know. They have just heard about it, that government has made some policy for the welfare of the people. But who are the beneficiaries for whom the government have made the policies? That is not clear. It is not transparent. Then will that policy be successful? No. So when there is transparency, then the implementation is also successful. Implementation of the policies is also successful. And it achieves greater efficiency. Okay, the government will be able to function efficiently, solving or addressing the needs of everybody. Now, it focuses on planning and decision making. Okay. It focuses more on planning and decision making, and it results in e-governance. So what is e-governance? It is electronic governance. It is electronic governance where the government is using net-based services. Net-based services. See, in olden days, people used, for example, for a small work like going to bank, people used to stand in long queues for either depositing or withdrawing the money. But with this electronic governance, with the use of internet-based services, sitting at our home also we can, do the transactions. We can do the transactions. So that has become, easy for us with the use of internet-based services. Okay. So the principles of smart governance is the government should be simple, moral, accountable, responsive, and transparent. They should be able to, respond to the problems of the people. There will be accountability. They are answerable to the people, and everything is transparent. People have direct access to the information. If you want to apply for a scholarship, you can go to the website directly. You can apply it. You need not need a middleman to do that work. So, and the work is done quickly, efficiently, within seconds, within minutes. You are able to fill the forms and make the payments. Okay. So, smart governance, it resulted in e-governance. E-governance is electronic governance, or we can also say paperless governance. Now we are not using paper. Everything is based on internet services. Okay, right from birth certificate to death certificate, registration of the property, everything is done using net-based services. You need not wait for the officers or officials. You need not stand in long queues. So, government started various institutions to develop different methods of smart governance. So, they have started with establishing some institutions who will work on this method. How can we use the smart governance or electronic based government? We have Center for Good Governance in Hyderabad and Center for Law and Governance in New Delhi. Okay. So what is smart governance? It is a method of government on smart principles. Okay, here they are using internet-based services to reach the people and to solve their problems. Okay, so here the government is answerable, responsive, and transparent also. Okay, I hope I'm clear with this first question, smart governance. Next is powers and functions of Lokpal. So the Lokpal, we can divide this word into two words. Lokpal. Lok means people, and Pal is the caretaker. Pal means caretaker. Lok means people. So Lokpal means caretaker of people. Lokpal means caretaker of people. So this Lokpal is empowered to take the cases of corruption against the government employees, political leaders, okay, at the central level, at the national level. if the government employees or the political leaders at the central level, the members of the legislature, that is parliament, if they are involved in any corrupt practices, then the Lokpal will take up such cases. Now, this bill, Lokpal bill, was passed in 2013. Okay, it is an independent body, efficient body, which will help in containing means controlling and punishing the acts of corruption. It will, take up the cases of corruption among the government employees and the political leaders at the central level. So, if you see the composition of Lokpal, it has 1 chairman and 8 members. The Lokpal, it consists of total 9 members, 1 chairman and 8 other members. And the chairman and 4 members, they are from the judicial background. That means they are the retired judges or lawyers of Supreme Court. They are from the judicial background. And remaining 4 persons or 4 members, they should have experience in anti-corruption. They should have the knowledge of anti-corruption, vigilance, and public administration. Okay, they should have knowledge of anti-corruption or experience, we can say. They should have experience in anti-corruption, vigilance, and public administration. And the chairman and members of Lokpal, they are appointed by the President of India. Okay, he appoints the chairman and members of Lokpal. Okay, I hope I'm clear till here. Now, let us move to the powers and functions of Lokpal. What are his powers and functions? This is the last chapter. Okay. And after this, we will discuss some of the questions, less important, which are unexpected. Sometimes you get unexpected questions. So you should be in a position to answer those unexpected questions. We will discuss that after this topic. Now, next is powers and functions of Lokpal. Lokpal has power to look into the matters connected with allegations. Okay, allegations means ilzam of corruption against Prime Minister. Okay, if there are allegations of corruption against the Prime Minister, the Lokpal will do inquiry about it. Ministers of the Union, any union minister, if there are allegations of corruption against the union minister, then Lokpal will look into that case. Any member of either house of the parliament, that is, any member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Any member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, if there are allegations of corruption against him, then Lokpal will take up those cases. And Group A and B officers, okay, see, the government employees are divided into different groups, Group A, B, C, D, okay. So Group A and B are the bureaucrats, they are the highest post of officers. If they are involved in corruption, like your IAS officers, okay, and the secretaries to the government, if they are involved in any corrupt practices, those cases are taken up by the Lokpal. And any chairperson or member of a corporation, any chairperson or member of any corporation, if they are involved in the corruption, if there are any allegations of corruption against them, then such cases are taken up by the Lokpal. Okay, I hope I'm clear with this topic, Lokpal. So basically, it will take up the cases of, corruption, the allegations on Prime Minister, any minister, members of the parliament, that is both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, A and B group officers, okay, and chairpersons and members of the corporation. Then let us now discuss the merits and demerits of e-governance. So what is e-governance? At the beginning itself, I told you, e-governance means electronic governance or paperless governance. Here we are not using paper. Government is not using paper. It is using the internet-based services, electronic media for governing. What is governance? At the beginning, I told you, governance is act of governing. Okay, so what are the merits and demerits of e-governance? So first we'll discuss the merits. Informing and consulting the citizens through internet-based services. Okay, the information is given to the citizen. Okay, so it has reformed the process of governance. This e-governance, it has reformed the process of governance. There is access to the information. Sitting at home, sitting in your home, you can get access to any information about the government policies. Okay. Then it has improved the quality service for the citizens. It has improved the quality of services it is providing to the citizens. I'll take a small example. If you want to pay your electricity bill or water bill or your house tax, or for that matter, your traffic challan, then earlier days, you used to go to that particular department, that office, and there you have to stand in a long queue. Okay. So now you need not go to that particular office. Sitting at your home, you can pay your electricity bill, you can pay your water work bill, everything, all the bills, all the transactions, all the information, whatever you want. Okay. How to apply for your birth certificate, or how to apply for, various schemes of the government. You need not go to any particular department or office. Sitting at your home, you can get the information. So it has improved the quality of services provided for the citizens. Rules are very simple. Rules are also very simple. And there is efficiency. There is efficiency. That means at a given point or at a given time, we can say, n number of applications are being submitted, n number of questions are being answered. Okay, so there is efficiency. Okay, it has improved the efficiency of the government. So what are the merits? Here, there is access to the information. There are very many reforms made in the process of governance. There is improvement in the quality of services provided to the citizens. Rules are very simple. There is efficiency. There is accountability, answerability. What do you mean by accountability? It means answerability. Okay, and there is transparency. Everything is clear. Nothing is hidden from the people. Okay, then demerits. If you see the demerits, there is high cost of implementation and maintenance. See, when we are providing internet-based services, they need internet connections, laptops, or you can say desktops, computers. Usually they require various softwares. Okay, so the cost of implementation is very high. Then maintenance is also very high. If anything goes wrong, okay, then it takes a lot of time. So maintenance is very high. High cost of implementation and maintenance. Okay, it is expensive. It is expensive. The next is lack of integrated services. Lack of integrated services. There are certain loopholes. Okay, not everything is integrated properly. There is lack of integrated services. Then poor infrastructure. Okay, they are using, they are trying to provide all the benefits of e-governance, but the infrastructure is very poor. And weak legal system. There are no proper laws. Okay, there are no proper laws for it. The legal system is very weak, and it is difficult in understanding the citizens' needs. Okay, many a times it happens that you will get the information which is irrelevant to you. You will not get the information what you want. So it is not easy to understand the needs of the citizen. And there is another problem, that is language problem. Okay, it leads to language problem. Okay, poor public financial management system. So here we can take an example of, ATMs, ATM machines. Okay, there is lack of integrity. Okay, lack of integrated services from earlier, like when this ATMs were, when they started this ATMs, if you want to withdraw money from a ATM, you should go to the ATM of that particular bank. That was the problem. Okay, and you may not have that ATM machine in the same locality. So that was the problem. But now this has been solved. If you want to withdraw money from ATM, you can withdraw from any ATM, irrespective of your bank. Okay, then leading to language problem. So the layman who doesn't know, who can't read or write, for them it was difficult to understand, okay, what the machine is saying. Okay, then again they have come up with a solution for this. Now you have IVRs in different languages. Okay, so this is your merits and demerits of e-governance. See, everything has got positives and negatives. This e-governance, it has made the work easy with the use of internet-based services. But if you see, it does not have a good or strong legal system. Okay, so government has to work on making a strong legal system. Next is Right to Information Act. Okay, Right to Information Act. What is this? RTI. RTI, Right to Information Act. This act was passed in the year 2005. Okay, it was passed in the year 2005. Now, according to this act, citizens have right to know information on public schemes and powers and functions of the government, like what government is doing for the people. Citizens have right to know that what government is doing with the money or public money. You have right to that information also. So this act applies to all the states. It acts apply to all the states and union territories, except for the state of Jammu and Kashmir, as it is a disputed property. So this act does not applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, this act is not applicable in Jammu and Kashmir. It is applicable to all the states and union territories. So this right to information, it is a fundamental right. Okay, every citizen who has the right to request information from the government. You can ask about anything from the government. You have right to ask for the information about anything, okay, from the government, and governor shall provide that information within 30 days. Government shall provide that information within 30 days. Okay. That is your fundamental right. So for every government department, you have a PIO, Public Information Officer, PIO. And you will have this PIO will have an assistant called Assistant PIO. So you have to submit your request to this Public Information Officer, and this Public Information Officer has to provide you the information within 30 days. Okay. And if it cannot provide you the information, he should give you the reason for not providing the information, why he is unable to provide you the information. Okay. If he fails to provide the information, then we can go to higher authorities against him and he can be penalized. He will be fined if he is not providing the information. If he is rejecting to give you the information, then he should give you the reason why he is not giving you the information. So you will give your request to the Assistant PIO. The Assistant PIO will forward your request to the Public Information Officer, and he has to give you the information, requested information, within 30 days. If he fails, then you can go to higher authority against him and he will be penalized. He will be fined for it. He should give that information can be in the form of printouts or in the form of CDs, floppy disk. Okay. Now, and the same information you can use as, evidence against the corrupt officials. Okay, you can use the information as the evidence against the corrupt officials. So what are the merits here? The citizens are empowered. The first merit is, it is citizens empowerment. Citizen has got power to know anything. He has got right to information. He can collect any information. For example, during COVID, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he opened one charitable trust for helping the people suffering from COVID. PM Cares. PM Cares. So many people, they have donated money to this. Okay. So you have a right to get information how much money was collected and how it was used. That information also you can get. Any information about the government activities, you can also get the information about the political parties, how much money they have spent on campaigning, any information. Okay. So it is empowering the citizens. The next, it curtails corruption, inefficiency, and misuse of power. Now, when people have got this right to information and they can ask anything, they can ask for information on anything. So the officials, they will be in fear, always in fear. So there is, corruption can be curtailed, can be reduced. The officials will become more efficient. They'll try to do their work more efficiently. And they will not misuse their position. They will not misuse their position. Okay. The right to know about government and the governance. So this right to information gives us the right to know about the government and the governance. Okay. What are the demerits? There is lack of awareness by the citizens or among the citizens. Citizens, they don't have information about this right. They don't know what is RTI, what is Right to Information Act. There is no awareness among the citizens. And it is a slow process. Okay, to provide you an information, they are taking 30 days. If they are unable to provide, they may even extend. They may take some more time. Okay, giving you various reasons, citing various reasons. So it is a slow process. Failure to implement act due to negligence of the officials. This act, Right to Information Act, is not implemented properly because the officials, they did not show much interest. They neglected it. Because why they neglected it? Because people, they don't have awareness about it. People, they don't have awareness. So officials also neglected it. Okay, so this Right to Information Act, it is a fundamental right of the citizen. You can get information about government, governance, and everything. And the public information officer has to provide you the information. Now let us move to the very short answers. The first one is list out the stakeholders in governance. I told you what is governance? Act of governing. This is governance. Act of governing is called as governance. So who are the stakeholders? What do you mean by word stakeholders? Stakeholders means participants. Who are the participants in governing? Is it only a few body of people called government? Your ministers, are they only the participants in the governing? No. Okay, let us see the stakeholders or participants in governing. We have a list of it. Okay, legislature, executive, judiciary, that is government. Okay, then media, press, print and electronic media, newspapers, news channels, they are also the participant in governance. Then political parties, civil society, that is the people, private sector, private organizations, and social organizations, non-government organizations, which are working for the welfare of the society, for the benefit of the society, for upliftment of the society. All they are the participants or the stakeholders in the governance. They are the part of governance. It is not only legislature, executive, judiciary, but media, political parties, citizens, okay, everybody, they are the part of governance. Then what is accountability? Accountability means answerability. Accountability means answerability. So here, the government employees or the government in general also we can say, government employees are answerable to the people for their decisions and actions. Whatever they are doing, they are answerable to the people. And through RTI, the government activities can be questioned by the people. Okay, so this will promote transparency. This will promote transparency. Okay, nothing will be hidden from the people. Everything will be in front of the people. So it promotes transparency. Accountability promotes transparency. Now, what is government to citizen model? Okay, so when we talk about e-governance, there are different modules. Okay, that is government to government, central government to state government, then government to citizen, citizen to citizen, citizen to organization. Okay, So government to citizen is one of the models of e-governance. Okay, in this model, government deals with the citizens. Okay, government provides various services to the people. Okay, you need not go to government departments for your work. Sitting at your home, you can enjoy the services provided by the government. That is why we are saying it is G to C, government to citizen model. And it is a benefit to the people. Okay, it is a benefit to the people. Now, coming to the Lok Ayukt. We have discussed Lokpal. I told you what is Lokpal. Lokpal, it will look into the cases of corruption against, central government employees, political leaders at the central level, or ministers at the central level. Then Lok Ayukt. Lok Ayukt, it will look into the cases of corruption against state government employees, state government ministers, or legislators. Okay. So the institution of Lok Ayukt was established first in Maharashtra in 1971. Okay. In 1971, we have started with this Lok Ayukt, and slowly every state adapted this. The first Lok Ayukt of Telangana, which was formed in 2014. Okay, Telangana state. I'm talking about Telangana state. Telangana state was formed in 2014, and the first Lok Ayukt was formed in 2019 on 20th December. Okay. So the the Justice C.V. Ramlu. Okay. He is the present Lok Ayukt. It investigates the corruption charges against public servants, that is government employees and legislatures at state level. It will do the inquiry and it will submit its report to the competent authority. And this is appointed by the governor. Governor appoints the Lok Ayukt every 5 years. Okay, the term of Lok Ayukt is 5 years. Okay. Next is write or explain transparency in few words. Explain transparency in few words. Transparency, it is a part of good governance. See, when everything is clear, okay, it is transparent, there is no information is hidden from the people, then we can say that government is good government. So it is a part of good governance. So what is transparency? It means providing proper information without hiding anything from the people regarding the activities of the government. So this transparency, it will improve efficiency because we don't know what will be asked. So all the officers or all the departments, they'll try to work efficiently, properly, and it will reduce corruption. Why transparency is required? Because whatever government is doing, the people have right to know about it. Because the information, it belongs to the people only. So transparency is important part of the governance. And the next question is, in which year RTI was enacted and enforced? Okay, right. RTI is your Right to Information Act. It was enacted in June 2005 and it was enforced from October 2005. Okay, enforced means it came into use. We started using Right to Information Act from October 2005. This bill was passed by Parliament in June 2005. With this, we complete your 10th chapter. Okay, so I hope I'm clear with all the questions. We have discussed all the important and most repeated questions. And we have completed the syllabus. We have completed all the 12 chapters. From tomorrow, I'll take up some of the unexpected questions. Sometimes you get unexpected questions. So you should have knowledge of those questions also. So that also we'll do chapter-wise unexpected questions.